Hey everyone, NovaCase here, and this is a picture that I did in one of my art streams. I did the coloring, I'm going to do the shading and everything in this video. The picture has nothing to do with the topic. I just, I had it as a backlog, and I figured I'd use it as just something to look at while I talk. If you just want to watch me do my shading and coloring, which I do my shading and color. I like the pop of color. I have a lot of fun with it. I'm still learning how to use it, but I love the extra little pop of color that it creates. And I'll make little notes and comments about the picture as I let it go. Elsa reference. But as it goes. But what I want to talk about here has to do a lot with the new ad policies and all of that. Because first off, I had a knee-jerk reaction to the change in the policies. I fully admit that. If you go on my Twitter, I have not erased those messages. Those tweets. And I won't. Because I'm not afraid to admit when I've made a mistake. I had a knee-jerk reaction over something that didn't even actually affect me, because I wasn't anywhere near able to monetize yet, even under the old standards. I wasn't. But I understand why a bunch of the small creators are upset. And I will admit, I saw not a bunch, but I saw some of the bigger creators react very poorly to it in regard to the small creators. And I'm not talking like there are certain ones who gave the advice, improve your content, work harder. Which is good advice, but it could have been handled a little bit more tactfully. A little bit. I saw some people be like, well, you're not going to make it, so just quit. I seriously saw some people doing that, and just, don't do that. Don't be that jerk. Don't be that jerk who pulls that. Please, just don't. Okay? Just don't. But I digress. Because I do understand where the small creators are coming from, being one myself. Like, at the time of making this, I have like 44 subscribers. But like I said, I wasn't anywhere near being able to monetize yet, so it's not like it affected me. But I knew people that it affected. I know people it affected. And I can see why they're upset, because it's like, you've been running a race, you've got this final hurdle coming up, you've been told flat out and assured that this is the last hurdle, you make it over this, and you are good to go. And then you jump that hurdle, and as you're landing, someone shoves another one right in front of you, and you crash right into it. That's what a lot of these small creators feel like. And I feel like in the scope of things, some of the bigger creators don't quite make that connection about that, because a lot of them who I saw making comments were the ones who, when they did it, you applied, you got it, you went on. And by this point, they're built up to where they didn't have anything yanked from them. The problem is that these people have had something yanked out from under them, which is where the upsetness comes from. But ultimately, do I think that this in the long run will be a more beneficial change for YouTube? Yes. Does YouTube still have a lot of stuff to fix? Oh yeah. Like not, demonetizing content that doesn't deserve to be demonetized. Quality content getting demonetized when it's okay. And if somebody would actually pay attention to what they're doing and fix the algorithm, then, these poor people wouldn't have as much issue. But I digress. I'm going off on a tangent. I'm good at those. You'll learn that if you stick around. Now, in regard to everything else, one thing that I think is going to become a problem, at least for a while, and it's something that's been a problem for a while, but I foresee it getting worse, at least for a while. At least for a good while. And that's going to be drama and bullying for the sake of views. And it will. It's been an issue for a while. Drama channels have been around for quite a while. They will stick around for a while. The ones who can do it with, at least some kind of mindset of content. It's going to stick around. It's not something that's going to be gone. Just like, it's kind of like the same reason why people watch bullcrap reality TV. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. But I think that we're about to see an upsurge of it. And in fact, in some ways we have seen already an uptick of it. It's something that we're going to see a lot of for quite a while. And I am 100% sure that it's not going away anytime soon. And it's going to get worse for a while. Because as much as me and a bunch of other people hate it, drama and feuding and fighting and bullying and antagonizing people, it gets views. Unfortunately. Now, the reason I bring this up is because there's a particular incident. I refuse to name names. Because for one thing, I'm not going to give the bully any more ammo. Simply put, come at me, you've just outed yourself as a drama seeker and a bully. But I refuse to give them additional ammo. I refuse to name names because I don't want to create any more trouble for the person being attacked. People who came here to my channel because of something about a week ago that occurred at the time of recording this, around a week ago, that occurred and caused a spike in my subs. If you came here from a particular channel, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But do not name names. I mean it. I will remove your comment quicker than that. Okay? But there was a bit of an incident with, and it actually involves part of why I had an uptick in subs. Whenever all this stuff started going down, there was a very nice, I don't know how I hadn't uncovered his content before. I really like his content. YouTuber, who his community's still, it's not giant, it's not, you can go into the live streams and actually talk and understand other people without the chat turning into Speedy Gonzalez, or the Roadrunner. But, I digress. He hosted a thing where he featured channels, and people subbed. I saw it help, I absolutely saw it help a bunch of smaller channels. And I found some other people whose content I really like. I thought that was a neat thing. It was cool to do. It was really cool of him to do, because he didn't have to do that. But there was another person, again, I'm not going to name names, who, whenever this went on, apparently this situation happened before I was a subscriber to this person's channel. So that's another reason why I won't go into details of anything about this. All I know is they couldn't participate because they had messed up and caused issues in the past. That's the most I know. That's the most detail I will go into on that, because I don't know the full story. It's not my drama. I'm not interested in the full story. I got enough and saw enough of the factual bits to know where I stood. But this developed into an, oh poor me, why wasn't I allowed to participate kind of thing, Oh poor me, I wasn't allowed to, even though it was my own fault that I got in trouble and couldn't do it. That's kind of what that devolved into very quickly. And, the kicker is that I saw that going on for a minute and then dying down if it weren't for another key factor. And that's that somebody else saw fit to stick their nose where it didn't belong so that they could exploit it for views. And it was literally bullying for the sake of bullying and bullying for the sake of views. For the sake of perpetuating drama. And it went really far on the bully's part. There were things brought into it and things brought up that should never have been brought up by any decent-minded person whatsoever. And it was disgusting and horrible and ridiculous. But, you know, and it continued. Ignore me saying but, because I'm going to rant for a second. It continued and continued and continued. It did. For far longer than it should have. And then the person who had started everything, when they started getting, you know, noticed on all their bullcrap and their lies and stuff they were trying to say and their disgusting behavior, tried pulling the "oh, poor me" card. Tried pulling the, you know, oh, I'll stop if you stop. No. If you're the one who started it, and you're the one who took it too far, and took it way off where it needed to be, then you don't get to pull the "if you stop, I'll stop" card. No, you just need to stop and go away. You know, at least leave this person alone. And like I said, I refuse to name names, and it just upset me because this is something that I think, at least for a while, and like I said, it's been around for a while. It's not necessarily anything new. Quick note on her hair. I know she has zebra hair. I know the shading makes her look like she's got zebra hair or tiger stripes in her hair. I'm still learning shading. I do not have the full mastery or hang of that yet, and it's something I'm learning, and I will continue to work on, of course, and I will improve at gradually. But, you know, I just, before anybody says it, because I know people will, she has zebra hair, I know. Anyway, but we're gonna see an increase in this. I don't want to see an increase in this bullying and this manipulating and being cruel for the sake of being cruel. I know it's going to continue. I know it is. That's just the nature of the internet, especially if people think they can get attention from it. It will be. But the way I see it is, if you see somebody doing this, don't engage. Don't acknowledge them just because they don't deserve it. They don't deserve for anybody to acknowledge or notice what they're up to and the crap they're trying to pull. They don't. They don't. What you should do is focus on lifting up and comforting the person who's been attacked. Don't perpetuate the nastiness. Right now, with what's going on with YouTube, try and help each other improve. Try and do better. Try and help other people to do better. And that's honestly what'll help people do the best. Rather than, because hate perpetuates hate. It does. Just try and help people instead of tearing people down. And I know people are going to be like, well, you're such a bleeding heart, etc., etc. I know I am. I don't care. I am. So what? But the way I see it, you know, don't let the bullies get away with what they try and get away with. It's not worth attacking them. Don't do that, because they'll turn it around on you in a millisecond, and you get to be the next target. So don't do that. Do not. But just try and help each other. And try and support each other. And that's all I really wanted to say with this. I'm going to let the music finish it out. It doesn't have much further to finish out. But I had to re-record this a few times just because I went off on other tangents in the other ones. And I went off on I swore a few times, and I've been trying to avoid that in my videos a little bit more. Just because, you know, I don't know who might be watching. And I want to try and set a good example, because I know some of my little cousins will probably end up watching this and stuff like that. And I just wanted to say, be good to each other. You know, help each other where you need it. That's all I wanted to say. But thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna let the music finish out, whatever, like 30 seconds or so that it has to finish out. And thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!